I made this video for anyone struggling with gut problems. All disease begins in the gut, and your gut influences everything. And it is the reason behind your autoimmune issues, your hormonal imbalances like PMS, PCOS, menopausal symptoms, any type of thyroid issues, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, Hashimoto's, like I said, autoimmune, and obviously IBS and IBD. And gut health, there's so many things out there, and I just want to give you the truth about gut health, coming from an actual scientific perspective, coming from actual data, functional medicine data, but then also coming from someone who does clinical data, meaning I'm actually in it. I'm helping individuals like you heal their gut, optimize their health, lose the stubborn body fat, and all of that. So, obviously, to begin with, symptoms that you have poor gut health obviously are fatigue, joint pain, insomnia, depression, brain fog, you know, mood altercations, poor memory, hormonal imbalances, PMS, PCOS, low testosterone, even insulin resistance, um, thyroid decline, high cortisol, even, and then vice versa. And so, you have all these issues, and they're all stemming from your gut. And many people don't know where to start when healing their gut, but there are many conditions that are linked to, bacterial overgrowth, intestinal permeability, essentially poor gut health. So there's plenty of data out there that shows if you heal your gut, you can heal your condition. You can get rid of your symptoms because at the underlying cause, a lot of it is poor gut health. And many people go wrong and think that, just correcting whatever hormone or whatever other organs like your thyroid or, any other thing is going to correct the health issue. But at the core of it is your gut. So let's start it with it. So I'm going to give you the rundown on how to heal your gut. The first thing we need to do is get rid of anything that's inflaming the gut, anything that's feeding into the gut bacteria, and then getting our lifestyle under control. So getting our lifestyle under control would be obviously getting adequate hydration in, reducing our stress, getting out of toxic relationships, getting out of, stressful environments if we can, and just taking time for ourselves. Meditation may help, and just working on, lowering that systemic stress in our body, because that stress brings on all the other inflammation that's causing the gut issues. So getting our stress under control is, super crucial. So first thing, obviously, is to remove the things that are negatively affecting us, like high stressful life. And we all live in a high stressful life nowadays. So we have to remove the things that affect the gut. Many things that affect the gut we don't even know. Okay, things like the artificial sweeteners that are in the pre-workouts, in the protein powders, in the foods we eat, in the drinks that we drink, the monster drinks, the energy drinks. These things all carry different sucralose gums that just ferment on the gut and inflame it. It causes intestinal permeability as well, which is leaky gut syndrome. So we have to remove these things, not for life, but just for a period of time. We want to remove these things because they are inflaming the gut. Now remember, like I said in the beginning, all disease begins in the gut. So when I'm saying that it inflames your gut, it can cause an autoimmune flare-up. It can cause an acne flare-up. It can cause a decline in thyroid hormone. It can, fatigue you, drain you from your energy. And many people think it's heavy mold toxicity or heavy metal toxicity or some other thing, when at the core of it, it's imbalanced gut bacteria, poor gut health. Okay, so remove the things. Gluten, big one. Once we can remove gluten, we remove a pro-inflammatory protein that many people are actually sensitive to, even if you don't have celiac disease. And so this is important. So we want to remove the things like the gluten, the fake foods, the high stress, balance our nervous system so we can start healing. Another way you can say this is going from a sympathetic state into a parasympathetic state, meaning we want to get out of fight or flight and go into rest and digest, just like how it sounds. We want to start healing the gut. And remember, it doesn't just help cure disease, it optimizes your body composition and health. Meaning, if you can digest and assimilate your nutrients better, you can use it more for muscle protein synthesis. You can use it more for building muscle. You can use it for even absorbing the medication that you're taking. Okay, so this is all not just, it's nuanced. Meaning it can help many people. It can, you know. So, okay, starting there, removing the negative things that affect the gut. Next is actually bringing in something like a probiotic and digestive enzyme support. Now, we want to bring these in because probiotics actually don't colonize in the gut. Many believe that if you take a probiotic, it will actually feed into the good bacteria in the gut, and that will cause more overgrowth. But unfortunately, that's not true. What happens is that probiotics don't colonize. They do bring in good bacteria, but they also have antibacterial benefits, meaning it actually kills off the bad bacteria in the gut and balances the microbiome. It also works on removing the inflammation, anti-inflammatory effects inside the microbiome, probiotics do, and also helps with intestinal lining support, meaning it helps tighten the junctions with inside the gut. If you are someone that's struggling with leaky gut syndrome, which majority of you unfortunately are because you deal with high amounts of joint pain, autoimmune conditions, and all types of fatigue and chronic brain fog. So we want to use probiotic supplementation, but then we also want to use digestive support, digestive enzyme support. So what that is that we want to use things to help with the digestive system. Okay, and that's a whole topic in itself. When many people are low in either bile from their liver to digest fats, or pancreatic enzymes, or things like that. So you want to use things like hydrochloric acid, betaine, pepsin, and these things help with the digestive process because many people have those, acid reflux, heartburn, GERD-like symptoms, and it's because they have low stomach acid rather than high stomach acid. Now, what you'd want to do is obviously bring in stomach acid instead of lowering it some more with proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole, Brasiliac. And so we want to bring in the probiotic. We want to bring in digestive enzymes to help with the digestive portion of, gut health. And then we want to obviously remove the negative things. Okay, and so we want to do this for a period of 4 to 6 to even 8 weeks, 2 months even, where we are almost on this type of elimination type diet, with removing and quote unquote starving the bacteria. Now another thing that you can add in is antibacterial support, meaning you want to help with eradicating the dysbiosis in the gut, meaning if your gut has an overabundance of bacteria in the small intestine, which majority of IBS cases do, and it's actually SIBO is what it's called, and it's linked to many chronic health conditions such as autoimmune conditions, hypothyroidism, IBD, and obviously IBS. And so if we can use natural herbs and supplements like oregano oil, garlic, um, capric acid, and things like that to help with getting rid of that negative bacteria, that yeast, that fungi in the gut, then we can help balance the microbiome because majority of people are struggling with small intestinal bacterial overgrowth or small intestinal fungal overgrowth. So it's either SIBO or SIFO. And so that's more like candida yeast, the SIBO. And so no matter what you're struggling with, you want to use things instead of conventional antibiotics because antibiotics wipe the microbiome and they've been shown to cause havoc not only in the digestive tract but in other areas of your health like your thyroid, your ovaries, and your testes, and many other places. So we want to, obviously, unless we absolutely need to with a chronic an infection, we can use the antibiotic. But for a time being, try antimicrobial, antifungal support first. So first, we remove the negative things, the high stressful life, the processed food, the fake foods to lower the inflammation. Second, we added in probiotics and digestive enzyme support. Third, now we used antimicrobial supplementation, antifungal supplementation to help get rid of that, overgrowth of bacteria in the small intestine, the candida, the yeast, the H. pylori perhaps, and then any other dysbiosis markers that may be there. Okay, next is that we want to, follow this for, like I said, you want to still use the antimicrobials for 6 to 8 weeks, and then after that we can bring back the we can reintroduce foods back into the diet to help with, obviously slowly. And so when we're also obviously eliminating negative foods, we're actually going lower FODMAP, which are, low prebiotic foods. So then when we start the reintroduction phase, we can bring in those higher FODMAP foods because our gut now is balanced. And now we can actually, because prebiotic food is actually helpful when you aren't dealing with small intestinal bacteria overgrowth. And the reason why it's helpful is because those prebiotics feed into the gut bacteria. And what happens is that those prebiotics feed into the gut bacteria, and then the gut bacteria produces something called short chain fatty acids, and they actually flourish in the intestinal walls. So it gives our cells energy within our intestines, which is obviously a positive. So we want to use probiotics, but not in the beginning when our gut's already, there's an overgrowth. So we want to use it later on when we eradicated the dysbiosis, when we lowered the inflammation, and then reintroduce it. And so these are the steps. Now you've obviously want to use, adrenal support sometimes, depending on what stage of adrenal dysfunction you're in. You want to use thyroid support because your thyroid and your liver have an inverse relationship. Okay. And you'd want to use it because thyroid plays in gut motility, meaning the movement of food throughout the digestive tract. You'd also want to use perhaps liver detoxification supplementation because you want to help with, upregulating fat-soluble toxins out of your body. So you want to support, liver detoxification, which is a whole topic in itself that I've talked about on my other YouTube videos, but more so, using specific things to help with phase 1 and phase 2 of detoxification with inside the liver. And you can find that with a quick Google search or with a product link below that I have. And so these are the exact steps that you need to take to heal your gut. I'm not telling you to go on a 4-day cleanse of juices. I'm not telling you to go fast. I'm telling you the exact things for you to do to start healing your gut. I'm not telling you to take any supplements except the ones that I suggested. I can link mine below, but you can honestly go use any one. Obviously, a high quality supplement source is vital. But these are the exact steps that you need to take to heal your gut and fix your chronic health issue. And if you need support and you want this help and you want to get guaranteed results and lose the body fat as well, then I am for you. My name is Diego Reyes, functional health coach, functional nutritionist, owner of Complete Vitality Functional Health Coaching. We are a coaching organization that helps men and women just like you heal their gut, balance their hormones, reverse their chronic health issue, and look and feel their best. And if you want to learn more, then check out my website, CompleteVitalityLife.com, or check out my other YouTube videos or my Instagram. Thank you for your time. Hope all is well.